me in my head. I cannot capture those psychos' voices on this live stream. They're pretending like I need investigating when I don't. So I want to make it clear what I hear in my head. I can't capture on this live stream. If they're obviously pretending to investigate me, they're pretending like the voices I hear are coming from outside, which they are not. So I want to leave as much evidence as possible so I can convict these terrorists, or if I die, have them investigated and sentenced to death. Um, so here I am. I'm proving there's nothing to investigate here, for one. Two, that I can't capture their voices on this live stream. Here, admitting that I hear terrorists screaming inside my head. Um, and just, basically doing my due diligence so that the terrorist serial killers that are talking in my head don't get away with murdering me, okay? Because ultimately that's what they're trying to do, and they're trying to get the evidence of all the crimes they've committed destroyed. There are records produced with the weapon that they're using to investigate, and they don't want the US government to have any interest in the records. So I'm saying, guess what? I hear voices in my head. Sounds like I'm schizophrenic, and I'm seeking medical attention for it. On top of the fact that nobody hears them, and so uncomfortable with the voices that I think they're real people, and I just want to do my due diligence and just like layer over layer over layer of reasons to give the United States the entitlement over my records so that they could review them. I want these terrorists sentenced to death. They are sick in the fucking head, either trying to find a way to murder me or get me to commit suicide. I have a 16-year-old daughter. They have like this fixation with like abusing and torturing kids or something, because like the terrorist bitch, the women like are fixated on my daughter, like they want me to kill myself or find a way to murder me before my daughter turns 18. They're fucking weird, dude. They're fucking weird. I want them sentenced to fucking death. Do you hear me? These bitches are sick in the head. And either they and almost all their victims, so I don't know if they are intending to talk in my daughter's head, and their plans are to talk in my daughter's head. Um, and that's the reason why I have kids, okay, is because they raped me and impregnated me and wanted to use my kids to follow through with their psychotic agenda or what. But most of the other victims to their crimes do not have children. I mean, I want to say a majority, if like 90% of them don't have children, have died by their, no one's around ever to take them to the hospital when they die. Mina Morgan, Bernadette Oloskov, David Basili, CK, Morrow, um, who else was found dead? Um, George Reb. They're making me on like, oh, they're tired of hearing all the names of the people that they murdered. Like that's old news. I want those bitches to fucking die. Do you hear me? They're hurting me. They're murdering me. They're talking in my head. They're murdering me. They are murdering me. They're talking in my head. I want you to see what a day in a life looks like of someone who hears terrorists screaming in their head. Go ahead. Go ahead. Investigate, stupid bitch. And this is the best part of my live stream. So the stupid terrorist bitch is using the weapon, the telepathy weapon that they're using to talk into my head, can log into my live stream and hear if they hear themselves on my live stream. The fucking stupid bitches. So all the reason to like every reason possible to make it very clear they need investigating and need sentencing to death. See what the terrorists did, they hurt me. See what the terrorists did, they hurt me. They're hurting me, they're hurting me. They're hurting me if I want to cuss this because they're hurting me. They're hurting me. They're hurting me. They're hurting me. They're burning my scalp. They're burning my scalp. They're hurting me. They're hurting me. The voices in my head are 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 hurting me. They're trying to get me to cuss because they want me kicked off of YouTube and they want me to sound violent when it's them. They're terrorists talking in my head. They're attacking me. The voices in my head are making me have a panic attack. So the terrorists are making my hair fall out and trying to make me sound like I'm fighting when I'm not. Look at this. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're pulling on my forehead. They're making my face swell. They're screaming in my head. Please help me sentence these psychos to death. They're serial killers. They're talking in my head. They're murdering me. They're murdering me, and then they keep saying, I'm gonna make sure you die, as if they're not murdering me. They're talking inside my head. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. I want them sentenced to death. They're silly. Look at this hair. Let me show you the hair they made fall out. This is every time I shower. I don't care. That makes sense. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're screaming in my head like, you're exceptionally ugly. We took pictures of you from your worst angle. And it's the women saying it because they want it to sound more like a verbal fight, so I could get involved in it, rather than the men, because they don't want it to sound like they don't want me to start. They don't want they're suffocating me so I can't talk. They don't want me panicking so I don't feel like I'm being murdered. They're murdering me. The terrorist women are murdering me. They're psychopaths. That's murder. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head. The men are saying, I love my women. I love these women for murdering me. Do you hear me? They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're murderers. They're talking in my head. They have an obsession with trying to get me to commit suicide before my daughter turns 18 for some reason. Fuck off me, you stupid bitch.
changed.
And so I'm gonna clean up my patient sessions. Alexa, what time is it?
Good morning, Devon. It's 8:11 a.m.
There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're playing with my head so I don't cry. So I don't cry. They're talking in my head and they're playing with my head so I don't cry. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Mmm. Mmm. I'm getting ready. Mm. Yeah, I don't have a toy. Come on. Here. Here. Come on, Mika. Come on, baby. I know what to do. Come on. Come on, Cece. Come here. What, Mika? Come here. You can't go on the roof. We're there now. Just stuff on it. So what now? I can get hung up on the clouds if I can make it. Move forward. I don't know what's too late. I don't know where to get at. So now we're here. What do you want? You want to water the election. You crops up the bridge. The women all watch the thing. It sends to death because they keep saying no one would ever suspect we're terrorists. It's them. And I think they actually, I think when they were like, when they were young, I think that's how disgusting and stupid and weird they are. And they took off their lungs and we are like, they murdered him this morning. You know, if that can help me more than working it, because I know obviously the advocate is obviously the best. I would rather go sit with the big children. And that's why I think something like, are you sure about that bitch? After all that, like, command and security there? Get off my pillow. Mama, not on my pillow. Mika, come here. Mika, come here. Mika, come here. They're trying to hurt Mika. Come here, Mika. Here's baby. Look, they have like, they'll make her shed. Yeah. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're talking in my head. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking inside my head. They're torturing me to death. That's nice. Prove it. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists trying to get me to commit suicide. They're talking in my head. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. Do you hear me? They're making my hair fall out. They're burning my scalp. I can feel it. Yeah, I see you guys. Do you hear voices? Somebody 2324. I'm proving that they're talking in my head by making it clear I can't capture their voices on the live stream. They're pretending to investigate. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists using a war weapon to quote unquote investigate, but they're trying to murder me and get away with it. Do you hear me? They're trying to see if they could get me to commit suicide or find some way to make me look violent so that someone in self-defense, okay, um, ends up hurting me and I die. Like they're psycho, they Egyptian, and they want me saying like crazy stuff. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. Do you hear me? They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I go seek medical attention, but it doesn't go away. They keep talking. So, and I feel like they're real people, and the only thing that I can do is live stream because it sounds like they're, after 8 years of this, what it sounds like is terrorists pretending that they're obviously, nobody knows they're terrorists, but they're terrorists talking in my head, and they were permitted to use a war weapon to quote unquote investigate people with. And so if they're investigating me, that means that if they're talking in my head, there must be a record. And for one, for two, other people, they want to blame the voices like they're coming from outside. So I want to make it clear that what I'm hearing in my head, I can't capture on this live stream. And it's obviously not people coming from outside. And furthermore, I want it to make it clear that the terrorists talking in my head, if they're quote unquote investigating me, if they want to know where the voices are coming from, they could just log into my live stream. So I'm basically dissecting their little wannabe investigation, and I'm depleting it down to it's the bullshit that it is, and I want them sentenced to death. So I'm making it clear as often as I can what I'm doing because they're the ones who requested a confidential investigation of me, but I have nothing to hide. So as you can see, this is what I do on a daily basis. I go to work, I go to church, I go hang out with friends, I go hang out with family. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I just enjoy my day. So to the best of my ability. I mean, they're constantly torturing me, trying to get me to commit suicide. So, I mean, I'm hurting most of the time, but I try to do things that I enjoy nonetheless, with people that I enjoy being with, so that way, it lessens the blow when the terrorists are screaming in my head. And I'm trying to make more good, wholesome friends from church or from wherever I can meet them, work related friends, to keep me balanced and keep me busy. So that way, and then to build my network at work because I want to be seen as a professional with schizophrenia, not just someone who has schizophrenia. So, yeah. Until these records are clear and this weapon, the government comes forward about this weapon and the records and the terrorists behind it and all that nonsense that's been going on for God way too long. Too many people, too many people. These terrorists murdered too many people. They're talking in my head. They just murdered Mina Morgan. He was found dead. Bernadette Alosco found dead. David Basili found dead, like unexpected. They just die. And the terrorists talking in my head have no problem saying, ha ha ha, we're responsible. And mind you, I don't hang out with that. I didn't hang out with Berna for years and years. So I didn't even know she died. My mom told me. Same with David. I found out from Facebook. Same with Mina. I found out from, I didn't even know. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm not going to do anything the voices tell me to do. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to church, and I'm going to do everything opposite of what the psycho voices tell me to do. Thank you for logging in. It's more evidence that the terrorists are, I can't capture their voices on this live stream. I have more witnesses that don't hear what I'm hearing in my head. They play with my head so that I feel uncomfortable. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're getting mad because I'm trying to find a way so that they won't get away with it, but nobody hears them. And it's like, if nobody hears you and knows that you're doing this to me, why continue to abuse and torture me? Why are they still talking in my head is the question. They're burning my scalp. They're making my hair fall out. They force the words F you out of my mouth. Have that got you? Yeah. It's the women. They're talking in my head. I could care less for you. Stupid. Vengo más to show segments of it and everything we can get ready to know.
Devin, here is your reminder. Check section 8. Devin, here is your reminder. Check section 8.
They're trying to get me to say things that are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're ripping my hair out. Look at my hair. This is all that's left. And they laugh. They made my hair fall out. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're talking in my head. Do you hear me? There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're trying to force me to commit suicide. They're screaming in my head. Do you hear me? And now they're burning my scalp right here. They're burning my scalp. They're burning my scalp right here. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're making my forehead swell, and they're pulling on the muscles to stretch the skin of my forehead. They're changing my complexion, and they're screaming in my head and dehydrating my skin and making my face swell. I want them sentenced to death. They're talking in my head. They're trying to get me to cuss so that so someone wants to attack me. They're basically saying, "Go get your ass beat, bitch." They're talking in my head. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I'm not mad at anything other than you haven't been sentenced to death. And you should have been long sentenced to death way before I even knew. The stupid psycho terrorist bitch doesn't want me saying that. I hear her in my head. So she keeps saying, "You sound suicidal." Well, then don't you think I should be in the hospital? You're the one investigating me and can hear what's going on in my head. Don't you think you should you should make sure that I get to a hospital? You want me to die, bitch? I'm done with their stupid games. I want them sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're pulling on the muscles in my face. They're dictating what my face looks like. Like the expressions on my face. They're trying to stop me from crying and then when I have my makeup done and I feel good about it, then they want me to cry. And it's like, "Oh, well," and then when I do like my makeup and they, oh, yesterday, well, it's because I was going somewhere. Today, they may not. They may just do it. They just might mess. But yesterday, they wanted me to mess up my makeup because they knew there was going to be a photographer at my friend's grand opening. And they didn't want me in the pictures. African American Muslim women terrorist talking in my head. Drake, I love you, Drake. I want to hand them to you on a silver platter, baby. I'm sorry, what am I gonna shut your bitch? But you're laughing, you're laughing. That doesn't make any sense. After what? After I made it clear? One of the women is saying, "You stupid bitch! You keep proving that you hear, you keep discussing that you hear us in your head and live streaming to make it clear we're not voices coming from outside. We're gonna make you bald." They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking inside my head, saying, "We're gonna make you bald." What she means is ultra thin to the point that you could see through see down to my scalp, but I'll have a few hairs. But to them, that's bald. And to me, that's bald. Why else would you say it? You know what? Do I sound like I want you sentenced to death? Oh, because I do. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is